What's up, everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Today is Wednesday, August 3rd, and today we're going to be talking about an artist named John Lee. Now, John Lee is an artist that I think you guys should absolutely have on your radar because he's absolutely building a lot behind the scenes. But not only that, some recent announcements that definitely has put John Lee on the map, especially in the Solana NFT ecosystem. Now, what we're going to talk about in this video are a few different things. Number one, we're going to be talking about his artwork, his career, what he's doing to step forward in the NFT space. Also, we're going to be looking at charts, seeing which collections are doing pretty well. And then also we're going to be talking about the Lee DAO, and also talk about at the very end which John Lee pieces of work you can collect for yourself at this very moment. So do not miss a single thing in this video and stick around to the end to find out which pieces of art you can acquire. And as always, none of this information is financial advice. It's only for educational purposes and for entertainment. So please be sure to like up that button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page. And most importantly, please be careful to any of the scammers down in the comments below. I'll never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email. So please be careful and invest safely. So guys, let's get right into it. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to John Lee's Twitter page. Just go ahead and just follow to his links and get up to date news around his works of art that are also being released in different stages. But that's not the only thing. That's why you're watching this video, because you want to have convenience. Well, let's get to understand who John Lee is. He is an artist, a storyteller based in Southern California. His work has appeared in Image Comics, the Eisner Award-winning Panel X Panel, and his hit debut comic Giga, published through Vault Comics. Outside of comics, he has worked with some of the biggest brands, including Adobe, Twitch, Red Digital Cinema, Blizzard Entertainment, Chill Hop Music, Mr. Suicide Sheep, Minnesota, and many more. Far from the classically trained, he began exploring his craft of illustration at 22 years of age from no other than his cubicle while working in the corporate world. Although he has described himself as somewhat of a late bloomer, he also attributes his passion and dedication to finding his true calling in life. This is who he is right here, John Lee. Now we move forward. If you guys haven't noticed, he has been announced as the art director of Yoots, and Yoots is the new NFT collection released by Frank and the DeGods family. Now, this is highly anticipated. A lot of people are speculating how this artwork will be displayed. Could it be one-on-one pieces of work, or will they have different traits? We don't know, but it is very exciting. And what we do know is that Frank and John Lee actually met not too long ago. No one really speculated on that. They just thought, oh, you know, maybe these people are just meeting up because they're just artists who want to meet up with other artists. But it happened to be that they were actually possibly meeting to discuss their partnership together as an artist and a founder of an NFT collection. So that was really exciting. So that definitely put people on the map. Frank even shared this, been way too effing long. And as you can see here, this was back around July 30th, so around 4 or 5 days ago. And as you can see here, his collection called the First Edition was definitely on the top 24-hour charts. That was definitely announced right after the release of Yoots NFT collection and John Lee being announced as the art director. So obviously people were aping into this because they thought, well, if I'm supporting DeGods, might as well support First Edition as well. If you go here, he responds all love based on what this tweet was saying, like, dang, Frankie DeGods pumped John Lee Studio and now one-on-one artists are pumping. And the reason we bring this up is because so many people talk about, oh, I need to have these different traits, I need to have a different PFP, but really no one really talks about one-on-one arts. That means it's extremely rare, there's only one of its kind, and there's not a duplicate or a different transformation of it anywhere else. So having John Lee capitalize on that is really amazing, and we're going to look into his art in a little bit. Now, this was something that I wanted to share with you guys, which is really funny. Now, this guy simply said that he went to the Clippers game a few months ago. He was sitting next to a guy and he saw my DeGods on his phone, and he tells me that he's into NFTs too. And apparently that was John Lee. So I thought that was really funny that this person experienced that. If this is true or not, I just thought that was really something to share. So anyways, moving on. But also, let's go ahead and show what's going on with John Lee and what he's doing. Now, he's part of the Monkey DAO. He owns one of these Solana Monkey Business NFTs, but also he's with these other people to discuss things at the Department of Commerce. This is bringing NFTs to our US Capitol. So it's really good to see John Lee just not becoming an artist, but really becoming a voice and advocate for this space and bringing the technology and informing people and educating people. And as you can see here, this is a great intake of like what they're trying to do, approach this to people to educate them on how the space works and how we could best protect people, how the space is going to be innovating over time. So he's absolutely one of the people that is representing this whole atmosphere. We're just so glad to have him. But also, let's talk about that collection that we mentioned before, the first edition, right? Now, this is was only available on exchange.art, which I'm going to share with you in a little bit. Now, the first edition is a collection that marks a change from previous works of art released by 500 of the same NFT. Past offerings have all been one-on-ones. So this collection is 500. It's not just one-on-one. So there are 500 of this kind. It's this first edition. Now, this also marks a divergence from degen and Ponzi projects for Solana NFTs. It is interesting to see the popularity of this collection, with the masses noting that there is no roadmap or utility, no immediate quick return for investors. What you do get is an intriguing piece of art from an artist who is well known and respected in the Solana NFT space. So really, you're not asking for anything in return. You're just basically, as a person, only interested in the artwork, and you're an art collector. So keep this in mind. This is not something that you should be looking forward to and be treating like as if it's a PFP or any other NFT collection that should deliver something to you. So let's go to exchange.art. So this is the website where everything was being sold for this first edition. Now, this was selling for 5 Solana. Now, it definitely sold out quickly, and people were aping into this, and there were actually people using bots, and it was almost impossible to get a hold of one of these. But some people did get a hold of one of these and got lucky, but again, it was scooped up by bots like instantly, and it was just gone within a matter of seconds. And that's just my own point of view. I mean, it maybe wasn't a matter of seconds, but it definitely took some moments for people to finalize their transactions. But honestly, there were just so many orders being put in that it was basically gone within seconds. So just to clarify. Now, this is something that he responded to in terms of one-on-one arts. He says, "I don't like to make promises until things are concrete." And this is a response to this guy that said, "Any announcements of the first edition as well coming soon?" Because people think, oh, there's some utility to this thing. He says, "My one-on-one collectors have been holding for 9 months with no promises other than me fighting to get to the top and stay there. Taking care of all my supporters over time is my only promise." So obviously he's being very transparent around his artwork and around the community, and people just, if they are into his art, then they are art collectors. Now, if we look at the volatility around the collection, we can see here that when it first launched during the minting stage for 5 Solana, it took a slight dip down. It was around 11 Solana when I saw it one time. And at this point, we saw the announcement by Frank DeGods talking about that John Lee was going to be the Yoots Art Director. And that instantly spiked back up. And obviously the price has gone back down to around 25, but has gone as high up to as 41. Now, if you want to check out other pieces of works of art, we can look here at around johnleestudio.holoplex.com. Now, you can check out a lot of his different works that have been selling over time, just to understand like what his artwork has kind of been about. And as you can see here, his one-on-one artwork is outstanding. It's beyond imaginative. You could see that this could be used as storyboards, as an example for sci-fi films, but each one has its own theme, but it's all very unique within itself. So I feel like this could be the next Beeple, in my own personal opinion, where his own artwork is just so unique just by itself. But there's also, if you go to exchange.art, you can see other works of art like Random Access Hard Drive, the first collection, the first edition. In case you're ever wondering, there's Artificial Irrelevance, and this one right here, as you can see, is an amazing piece of work. But we're going to talk about the end video of how you can score other ones. But keep in mind, there's actually more PFPs that are going to be released. So Lee DAO is going to be doing an auction pretty soon. So if you're ever wondering if there's ever PFPs that John is going to be making, well, I wouldn't call these PFPs, but they are definitely just great caricatures of different people, different robots, different creatures. So this is going to happen this week. So this is what the auction will kind of look like. Now, the Lee DAO auction is going to be completely wild, as this person has stated. And I can't imagine how much these prices will be. But again, these are the different types of, I guess you could say, PFPs that you can represent or buy from this person. And I do believe that since his works of art have been selling for 500 Solana or more, these were definitely go and fetch for that price. So that's just going to show how amazing and unique these characters really are. And it's really great that they have these numbers per character. Now, this is the lead DAO from their Twitter page, which you definitely should be following to understand what's going on, but also their website. Now, their website on the lead DAO says this: lead DAO is a group of dedicated art lovers and artists focused on the cultivation and curation of digital art. Our hope is to foster a new wave of artists, supporting existing ones by enhancing the value of one-on-one visibility and value of the one-on-one artwork. But also, let's talk about the team members. Now, there's a lot of different board members within the lead DAO. Now, if you see here, these are different people from different places, from like the Fortune 500, the Monkey DAO, attendees, but these are all people in this space that have joined Lee's DAO because they see that there's a lot of value within the community and also the information that's within that community. Now, if we go here, this is something that I reached out to John Lee. I asked him, like, what is something that we could share with the community that you want to share? And this is what he wanted me to kind of relate to you guys word by word. Now, he says, essentially, Lee DAO is a group that was founded to collect one of my auction NFTs in my Genesis one-on-one collection. The group is formed of members who all have an equal share of the treasury of independent art that has been collected by the DAO. My partnership with them is to raise funds for the treasury via auctioning off NFTs that represent membership and an equal share of treasury. Now, the structure of the deal is 50% of the proceeds go to him, the artist, and the other 50% goes to the DAO, with a strict guideline that the money is spent and distributed among other independent artists within our ecosystem. So it just goes to show that he's wanting to pay his dues back to kind of where he came from, to his roots. You know, he has struggled, he has worked his butt off to create the artworks that he's made today. That's been a huge wave of the whole Solana ecosystem. But now he's wanting to pay back those people and help support other independent artists that are rising, or people who are maybe established but haven't been recognized. So that 50% would help put them in the spotlight and give them some recognition. So this is an artist helping other artists, and I think that's really, really amazing what Lee DAO is doing. So guys, let's get down to the nook and cranny of this video, the very end of why you stuck around, which is how can you acquire one of these amazing NFTs on the market floor. And we're going to talk about 3 specific ones. And obviously we're going to be talking about the very first one, which is the first edition, which is 21 Solana on its floor price and around 39 listed total. It's already traded at around 12,000 in terms of trading volume, which is absolutely outstanding. Now, this could actually fetch for a pretty penny. And right now, 21 Solana, in my own opinion, is actually quite a good deal considering that it was at 40. And, you know, not too long ago it was at 11. Could it dip any lower? Possibly. You never know what's going to happen. People could take their liquidity out right now and put it into Yoots. But again, if you care about art, if you care about, you know, unique individual one-on-one artworks, this is the one to do it. But again, this is not the only one that we're going to talk about. What's another one? Now, Supply Chain did work with John Lee to provide these airdrops to supply chain holders. If you hold a male robot or a female robot, you were airdropped these. Not sure if it was for free, but I kind of assumed that it was. But these are fetching for around 5 Solana. Now, if you're interested in getting these, it's absolutely affordable for around 5 Solana, around 61 total listed on the market floor. So again, you can get a piece of John Lee in your portfolio if you desire to, and you want to have that exposure to his artwork. Again, you're doing this for the artwork, the collecting edition. That's the whole experience of this. So if you don't want to do that and you're not interested in seeing maybe this piece of artwork, well, there's another one that is called the Skeleton Crew Airdrops. Now, if you go to Skeleton Crew Airdrops and more, you want to go to Artists and you want to make sure to select John Lee Studio. So when you do that, you will select this right here, and this will be the 4 that are remaining. Now, I will be very honest with you. This collection, just a few days ago, there were more than 10. Now there's only 4. That just goes to show how rare and limited these are. And this is why we want to mention this to you, is because, guys, you need to be informed of what is limited, what is rare. And again, we don't know how far these will go. We don't know if these are going to take a dip. But I want you guys to have some exposure to this in some way, some form. If you don't have the money for it, you don't need to spend the money. Don't invest more than you're willing to lose. But just have some understanding of where you can get these pieces of artwork and understand how John Lee is contributing to the space of Solana ecosystem. And I don't think this artwork is going to go anywhere. In fact, I look forward to seeing his PFPs go on for auction. I do look forward to seeing where his current collections that we just mentioned on Magic Eden will go. But John Lee isn't going anywhere, especially that he's going to be working with Frank and the DeGods family to create these amazing Ute collections, which hopefully will be announced soon. So guys, be sure to subscribe to John Lee and be sure to check out all of his social media accounts and all of his artworks. I hope that this video has been informational and educational for you. And guys, as always, be sure to like up that button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page, and I'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for watching Cryptolution. Register on our Patreon page for our insider training tips and more. And don't forget to click on the affiliates link below to receive sign-up bonuses and access the Global Crypto Assets Exchange. Invest safely, and we'll see you on the next episode of Cryptolution.